folks, I'm Tom Vasel and welcome to Best Of, and this week we're taking a look at CMON Ltd. Now, CMON had their start in a website called Cool Mini or Not, and Cool Mini or Not was basically a website where you took a look at different painted miniatures and said whether they were cool or not. At some point, Cool Mini or Not decided to start publishing games. The first game that really brought them out of everyone was like, what is this? Was Zombicide. Working with Guillotine Games, and Zombicide was a smash hit, one of the first big hits on Kickstarter. And then Cool Mini or Not continued to have hit after hit after hit on Kickstarter. Not everyone did amazing. They had a couple that were a hit on Kickstarter and then later on kind of died. Some miniature games and things like that. But as time went by, I still remember the first time I was invited to the Cool Mini or Not convention. I said, do you have enough games to have your own convention? What am I going to play when I go there? But now no one says that, especially last year, 2016, they kind of just burst on the scene. Most of their games that they published were not even Kickstarter games. They picked up games that other people were like, what, you picked up that game? You're printing that one? They had games that did really well, like Potion Explosion, and they continued to grow. They also last year rebranded themselves as CMON. I still wish it was CMON, but whatever. CMON Limited, and so these are my favorite 10 games from CMON. Number 10 is Zombicide Black Plague. I did not dislike Zombicide. I think Zombicide's a fine game. I'm not a huge fan of the Zombicide genre, but the Zombicide was fine. I didn't like the one rule when you shot into a group of people, you were guaranteed to hit your own guy. But it was fine, right? Zombicide Black Plague has had several years to work on it, and they really upped the game there. Putting it in a fantasy setting helps, I think. Having, wizards and swords and stuff, and you're fighting necromancers that are showing up and bringing out zombies. I don't know. It just is a better system. In fact, the system's so good that I can't wait to see the role-playing game that's based on it that's coming out this year. Number 9 is Queen's Necklace. Queen's Necklace was originally a Days of Wonders game, but CMON has got a hold of it. They made it a beautiful production of it. In this game, you are trying to sell the most jewels. You're a jewel maker, and you're doing so by collecting cards, and each turn the rings on these cards are going to move down. It's going to make them cheaper, so you decide which one to buy. It's a really solid system. Has a little wonky auctioning system in it, but I still like it. Queen's Necklace. Number 8 is Rivet Wars. Now, Rivet Wars, unfortunately, is no more. This was almost a miniatures game, although there's a pile of stuff in the game. It's like a World War I chibi, and I guess it doesn't really appeal to everyone, which is why the game never did that fantastic, but the miniatures were great. It was a simple thing where you basically just kept rushing people up, almost had a MOBA style feel to it, and fighting and just all kinds of cool units, air units, just a lot of neat stuff. That was Rivet Wars. Number 7 is Chaos Ball. Chaos Ball is from Eric Lang, and is actually one of the first games that kind of brought him to my attention. Chaos Ball is kind of like a mix of Cosmic Encounter and football, where you have these teams, and there's like 13 teams. I have a whole drawer here full of the teams with beautiful miniatures, and each team has a special ability, and you're moving around trying to get a football to score points, although you also get points for knocking other people out, which is basically what happens. There's going to be a lot of comparisons between this and Blood Bowl. This is more chaotic than Blood Bowl. Well, that's hard to, maybe it's not more chaotic, but it's different. It's multiplayer. I really enjoy it. Chaos Ball. Number 6 is Bloodborne. Now, Bloodborne, the video game, I have absolutely no desire to play. But Bloodborne, the card game, I really enjoy it. It's a game in which players are working together to fight monsters, but you're not really working together. You're like pushing each other and stabbing each other and knocking each other down with your weapons and trying to be the ones to get stuff. It's just this nasty little fun card game. And as you're getting more and more weapons as the game goes by, really looking forward to this expansion coming out for this year. It feels like Cutthroat Caverns, which is a game I like a lot, in a smaller period of time. Then we have number 5 here is Council of 4. I'm slightly cheating here because Council of 4 is not out yet, but it's almost out. And Council of 4 is a fantastic game, so much so that I tried to get it for Dice Tower Essentials. This is a very much Euro game in which you are trying to get points, but what I love about this game is you are going to put out houses on the board, and when you put a house out in a certain spot, you get the ability of that one, plus the ability of every house you already put on the board. So you like put it here, get 2 points. Put it here, get 2 points and get this. Put it here, and I love the chain reactions. It's a really great game, and the pre-production shots of this one are beautiful. So I'm counting it because I've definitely played this one, unlike other games that are coming up, like Rising Sun I have not played. Number 4 is Xenoshift, another game from CMON, which just doesn't seem to get a lot of love. It's a deck builder game, cooperative one, in which you are fighting off nasty big bugs. Think Starship Troopers. That's really what this game is. So much fun. And it encourages cooperation unlike almost any other game I've seen. Really enjoy this one. It's just a fantastic experience, both the first and the second one, and they can be mixed together. Number 3 is Rum and Bones. I'll say Rising Tides, the second edition, because that one is a nice improvement on the first one, but I think that the first one would have made my list here anyway. It's a game based on MOBA, which honestly, before I played Rum and Bones, I didn't even know such a genre existed. Yes, I know League of Legends and all that. I know these things exist now, but up to this point I hadn't, and I was like, why would your pirates just run across the ship at each other? That's a weird thing. But once you play this with the heroes, and now with the second tie where you can upgrade your heroes, and you have different heroes running around and doing fantastic stuff, beautiful miniatures again, and pirates, just a lot of fun. That is Rum and Bones. Number 2 is Blood Rage. Blood Rage. You know, the first time I played Blood Rage, I was like, this is amazing. I mean, you get to go in there and you fight. I mean, this was actually a remaking of a game called Midgard, a game which I had panned the first time I played. I was like, this is not that great. Blood Rage retook it. It added beautiful plastic miniatures, but that is not what made the game better. What made the game better was just, well, okay, it helped. But there's drafting, which is a lot of fun. There's all kinds of neat strategies. You can get a monster which is yours and helps you out. It's unique to you. And I just love the whole concept. It works together so well. And they have a couple fun expansions for it to Blood Rage. But my favorite game from CMON is Arcadia Quest. Arcadia Quest is a game that the very first time I played it, I fell in love with it. Went almost in my top 10 instantly. In this game, you have 3 characters, and there's a ton to pick from the different Arcadia Quest Inferno, Arcadia Quest Pets, etc. And you pick one of these, you have these 3 heroes, and you are going out and you're fighting monsters just like all the other characters are. But you're also fighting each other. The game encourages you to do that, and crazy stuff happens. And it's a campaign game, but it's a campaign game that's only 5 scenarios long, or 6 scenarios long. Oh no, 5 scenarios long, 6 if you add the dragons, which are cool. But as you go through each scenario, they're really quick. So when you play like a 5 scenario thing, it's at most 10 hours. And so it has this fun progression and when you're done playing it, you're like, let's play again. It also has exploding dice, which is something I like. The chibi characters, I can take or leave. I do like them though. The monsters, it's fun, it's silly. It's an amazing game. I love it. Arcadia Quest. Those are my 10 favorite games from CMON Ltd. What are yours? Tell me in the comments. This company has become a very big force in the industry. They continue to hire excellent people. They just hired Eric Lang as a full-time designer developer on staff. They've hired some other fantastic people in the business. They're certainly turning out to be a force. I like this. I think competition's good. We're going to see them going up against Fantasy Flight. Which one will come out on top? We'll have to wait a couple years and see. But either way, it's good for us, the consumers. Very, very cool. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Best of CMON.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.